We're back with this video being late because I am not recording this live. I'm implementing an audio file into the video. Although that's how some people makes their Let's Plays. Which is not my cup.
Let's just say technical difficulties were very high that day.
Yes. Like, we restarted like 6 times, and before that we were trying to sync up the screen sharing. Because I'm actually playing this on my phone, recording it on my phone, and uploading it on my phone. Because my Mac is like the most god-awful laptop I have ever experienced. And it's not because the Mac is bad, rather it's just Macs in general aren't as good. For some reason. I don't know why it keeps being like the best to do like photography and all that shit, but it's like, I don't know. It always do crap performance for me. It baffles me that lots of animations are made by a Mac, but then it's like they can't run them.
Pros and cons.
Yeah.
It's just we had a extreme amount of cons that day, even calls dropping.
Anyway, between sessions, I am actually off-screen grinding some of the Pokemons just to keep up. This time I actually trained Skitty and Ralts because they were way behind Mudkip. And they kind of
You mean Charmander,
Oh,
the
yes.
fish.
Yes, the weird fish Charmander. Shoutouts to my dry bread with not being verified from Twitter. That's so funny.
It's not an emergency.
It's not urgent. I'm sorry. I will not verify because it's not urgent. Oh god. Anyway, this is the person who set me the challenge.
I was bored, and he said yes.
Yep.
So, and I like cute Pokemon, so I thought, why not try and win with just cute Pokemon?
Yes. Although it's not like the most interesting challenge. But let's make this much more interesting since this is a cute challenge. It's already a challenge enough trying to defeat the secret boss of Emerald, which is actually Steven Stone. Because he's not the champion in Emerald, it's Wells instead. Whatever his name is. But yeah, Steven just has higher, like, his levels are in the mid-70s, and that's pretty high. But my other challenge is to it, you do know that Emerald has Pokemon Contest, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna do the cute category. From rookie to master.
I mean, of course.
I'm actually going to get a Pokemon.
You're gonna win it.
I still need to look up the stats because I don't think anyone knows by memory what moves are considered between the 5 categories, which is beautiful, tough, smart, cool, and cute. So I have to look between what are good cute moves on cute Pokemon that I can use for the contest. But I also don't want them all to be cute. I need one that contrast. Because there's just like this point system that if you consecutively use the correct type of move on the contest, it'll grant a star. But it's like they stack up these stars, and if you stack the last one, you get points. So I need something to contrast because turns are dependent on how well you did last turn or not. And I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna get those extra points? Welp. I actually did contest in Pokemon Omega. I never actually finished Pokemon Contest in Diamond and Pearl. But that was also because...
I mean, I only got Platinum, so I only got my experience from that one.
I mean, it's the same one. But in the Sinnoh contest, the only thing different is that they added one session in the middle, which is also blatantly freaking easy to do, which is the dancing one. Yeah, that was only added for Sinnoh, and that one never went revisited in an Omega Ruby. But the other thing that's gonna be hard about that challenge, I need to grind berries. But not just any berries. I need to grind berries that will specifically make me do these little cube treats to make my Pokemon quote unquote cuter, because the first session is dependent on that one weird
But that makes
stat.
sense. Eat a cookie, don't be cute.
Like, that doesn't make so much sense. Okay, I need to feed them these cubes to make them supposedly cuter. And that's actually was the only way to evolve Feebas in Gen 3 into
Hey,
Maliotech.
you there? You went quiet.
Oh yeah. Am I currently quiet now? Ah shit. Wait a moment. Geesh. Discord calls are fucking dumb.
Again, people, technical.
Yep. And now you sound super low. Whatever. It's not gonna be a very well performed Let's Play. I don't expect this to be a good quality.
Again, people, I was not.
Yep.
We ain't doing this again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother much anymore. Anyway, it's going to take a while. I'm still in the session talking with Steven. Also, I hate that you cannot run indoors. So, who's buying Sun and Moon currently? Because I may not have a Switch, but even if I did, not anymore. I wouldn't. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a WhatsApp message pop up. I'm trying to disable those. But
You just popped out and typed back in.
because I wasn't unsure about the call.
Again, people, technical. Yeah, I love it.
The thing is, you sound lower than before.
Not the mic is right on my mouth.
Okay. Anyway, we're going for a rival fight. Speaking of rival fights, I was also trying to just to tell her that one of the rival fights with May is considered difficult because it's almost a major roadblock for speedrunners. But that's about it. I don't know what specifically makes it so hard because I don't speedrun this. So obviously I'm gonna have my Pokemon slightly over level compared to a speedrun. A Wingull. Nice Wingull. Oh yeah, the next Pokemon we're getting is I keep forgetting the name, but it's Hariyama's previous evolution. Makuhira, I think it is.
Yeah.
I still don't know a nickname for him. I have not even nicknamed him yet.
And we could go with my suggestion.
But yeah, he took a while to level up, but luckily he actually learns the move Vital Throw very, very early. 70 base power move, and since it's fighting type, he gains stab, same type of type bonus. So he's practically currently just my strongest Pokemon because he has stab on a very high power move. And although there will be one gym that he'll just be useless at because it's a flying type gym. Oh yeah, look at Trico.
He's just cheering in the background.
I never picked Trico, and I haven't even trained to get a Steptile. Because the amount of Pokemons I'm training in Omega Ruby is quite a couple. I have around a box and a quarter of a box full of trained Pokemon, IV'd, most of them are bred, and they're also in level 100. But And I trained several starter Pokemons, but I have not even bothered with having a Steptile. I don't know. I was never a Steptile fan, but apparently a lot of people really like Steptile.
Not one of them. So maybe I'm always been wanting to watch starter.
I always like Blaziken of the Gen 3 starters. Sword and Shield. Pokemon just gets bigger. Oh yeah. The real reason that Sword and Shield bothers me is because Game Freak has clearly done better in so many other games. Cause
There's always ups and downs.
let's just hear all about the complaints and why I say I know Game Freak can do better. First of all, for some reason the wild area just looks like complete shit compared to the rest of the areas in the game. But even then, the rest of the areas, they are extremely small. Even what's supposedly the central city of Galar is also very small. And they have done big cities before, and they also feel big, even when before the Pokemon games were 3D. Like, heck, I think Sinnoh has like 4 big cities. Then Unova has that one city where that just has a bunch of NPCs just walking around, making it lively so many people get into work with that feel. Then we see Lumio City in X and Y. Like, that is very... Like, that's probably one of the biggest cities that they have ever made. And they made it work with the 3DS limitations, like splitting up some of the areas. And they made it work. But then, Sword and Shield, almost everything, even what's considered a city, only has like 3 houses and the gym.
Very bad. It just made visitors, too much.
Then there's what everyone finds like that bothers them a lot is the Pokemon Dex cut. To me, that was so unnecessary because they keep bringing excuses to what's their decision to do that. First they say it's like, oh, let's improve the animations, the models, or whatever. We know that's not true because literally all the Pokemons were taken from the 3DS. It can't be for performances because we clearly see that the wild areas just for some reason all the rendering there looks like shit. And it can't even be for like balancing the game because they still have 2 broken Pokemons, which is Aegislash, that's the ghost that has a shield and is a sword. And there's this other Pokemon, I forget the name, but basically the whole thing is that it's bulky and it has the 3 moves Spikes, Toxic Spikes, and Stealth Rock, which is like the most annoying thing you can do to stall out because every switching will get poison and a lot of damage from entering. But I'm not sure if that one is they're both there, so it's not for balancing issues. And when they were asked if they were gonna add additional Pokemons like DLC or something, they just straight up said no, but then we see that they are gonna do that in DLC that you have to pay for. Like, they just kept lying and lying. I don't even trust Game Freak anymore.
Too many low, so trust is low. Not a way to go down.
And like, these additions to me, they're dumb, but I can understand where they're coming from, but they also took this long to do it. It's that training Pokemon in Sword and Shield it's almost dead brain easy because apparently they added items that you can get via battle points that has the sole purpose of literally just changing the nature of your Pokemon. Technically, they're just cutting out the breeding significantly because you don't need to breed for the right nature since you literally have items to change the nature now. And it's not even that much battle points to even buy them either. And then apparently they have a feature where you can switch egg moves from another Pokemon. So this makes it so like you can just keep breeding till you get a shiny and you can just give that shiny the right egg moves, the right nature, whatever you want. Not to mention in Sun and Moon they introduced that you can artificially increase the IV stats. Although that takes a while, but still. You can get a fully trained Pokemon with almost none of the effort that people have been doing for years.
No water.
So basically, yeah, I just don't know why. And I also heard that the battle tower is the most easiest there's been in the series. Because usually they just pair you up with Pokemon equal level and all that, but they always tend to have good moves and anything, and the AI knows what they're doing. This one, the problem is because none of them uses Dynamax, and you can just sweep the entire thing with Dynamax. And then the only one that Dynamax in the battle tree is when you like refight the champion, but it's always the same Charizard. So you're just left with a battle tower that you just practically just spam the A button throughout, which has never been the case except for like Pokemon Crystal where you can purposely use low level Pokemon so they could pair up with low level Pokemons, but it has Dragon Rage, but that's just a very weird niche to do. That has never been possible again.
Where's the challenge?
Where's this challenge? Oh yeah, you said I can evolve Mudkip.
Yeah, it's good.
The Marsh Stomp is considered cute. I think I wasn't even paying attention. I think I already caught Makuhira, did I?
Well, right now you're in battle with it. Trying to get to.
Oh yeah, this is where this is where I was trying to get a Makuhira. It's like, okay, it's not enough damage. I can catch it if the next Mud Slap doesn't crit. Guess what? The Mud Slap crits. I'm like, seriously? All you had to do is like not crit.
Just give it a little tap.
Yeah, at least I found another one that just saves me like 2 levels. I have not evolved Charmander yet, by the way. You'll for the next session you will see the Charmander evolve into another Charmander. But oh yeah, people always complain about how Pokemon game has been easy, which to me that never bothered me because Pokemon games were always easy. But the problem that Sword and Shield provided is that there's almost no way to make it hard for you because people what they did is like Nuzlocke or just some weird challenges, restricting themselves, all that things, or just simply avoid as many trainers as possible. But I just heard that one of the only ways to make Sword and Shield challenging is to avoid as many trainers, never catch Pokemons unless you're actually gonna add them in your team, because Pokemon, since X and Y, when you catch a Pokemon, you also gain experience. Because the thing is, they did the XP share thing, but it's permanent, you can't turn it off, so every Pokemon gains levels, no matter what, and there's no way to, like, try to halt that. And one of the things to make it harder for you is just literally never Dynamax. So to make the game hard for you, you just avoid using a mechanic that this game was advertised for. And even with then, the game isn't even hard.
Yeah.
I even have my
Yeah, I
friend.
just don't. But after you catch it, there's even more creepers just like hello.
Like Pokemon Let's Go also actually has that problem because the permanent XP shares there too. But the thing is, the with the limited trainers, the only way to optionally level up is just to keep catching Pokemon.
Yeah. Which sucks, especially if you're in an area then nothing happens.
And even then, the Eevee or the Pikachu that you get in the game, your partner Pokemon, it's just absolutely broken. Cause Pikachu, like, there's this one move tutor that will teach your partner Pokemon special moves. The only reason Eevee has more special moves than Pikachu is solely because they gave moves for Eevee for each of the evolution typings, and the one Pikachu gets is one electric because Thunderbolt's iconic and it's an electric type, of course. One for basically being surf because surfing Pikachus are a thing, and one for flying because flying Pikachu is actually a thing. But there are also very limited ways to get a flying and surf Pikachu. Although kind of not anymore because Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, if you do the weird surfing minigame, you can just get a surfing Pikachu. Although flying Pikachu is still something that you can only obtain through a limited event around, I don't know if it was Platinum or Heart Gold Soul Silver. I think it was Platinum. But yeah, that game was also too easy because your Pokemon not just has broken moves, it has maxed IV stats and all that, but it just straight up always keeps gaining experience. Oh yeah, my Ralts. I still can't just. Ralts took. Ralts actually took the same amount of time to like level up my Makuhita, cause the XP gain is just low. Like no, not the XP gain, but rather the amount of XP it needs to for every level up is that much greater. Oh yeah, I never actually bothered getting the Asian Flash to go to have the cave lit up. I always walk in the dark in this section. Although, if it was in the Kanto with the dark cave it has, I always use flash because I'm not bothering with that cave. The only reason I just don't bother lighting up this cave is because I don't fight a single trainer within it anyway when it's all dark. So it's like, okay. There's nothing forcing me to like retrace my steps to the Pokemon Center in this one. Oh yeah, and that Aggron's cute, but I don't feel like using it for this challenge. Sheesh. My Mac's even just heating up from seeing a single video, plus the Discord call. Speaking of things that heat up, I wanted to replay Final Fantasy 15 on my PS4, but as soon as I entered my save file and start running the game itself, the fan of my PS4 was so loud, I legit thought it was just gonna straight up explode in my face.
What?
Yeah. It was so loud. I thought it like my PS4 was gonna straight up explode. I just forgot how much rendering Final Fantasy 15 just needs. Because not just the resolution is that great, but it's also like how big the open area is. And the thing is, my PS4 is the first model, so it's not like it's the Pro, so it doesn't have as much performance as other PS4s.
You were pushing it. You were pushing it.
I was pushing it so hard.
It was, I'm gonna die. You keep doing this.
It's a little bit my fault because I had it in a area with not that much ventilation, but still, it never was that loud when I played it before.
It's getting old. It's showing its age.
You remember Cooking Mama, right? You ever play Cooking Mama on the DS? I bet you
I
never.
have gardening mama.
I bet you never knew this. There's a Cooking Mama for the Switch.
Yeah, no thanks.
No, but
I never liked.
no, but you wanna know why you never knew? If that's the case, it was only out in the eShop for 1 hour.
Damn, what the hell happened?
The thing is, apparently the game was never meant to be published. Nintendo never gave the ones who made the game permission in the first place. So physical copies are rare, and it was only in the eShop for literally an hour because there was this one guy who saw it in the eShop. He bought it and all that. He just told his friend, for just his friend to later say, "Hey, it's not in the eShop." Cause there's a lot of rumors behind it, but the one thing that always gets brought up is like the game was never meant to be published. And the other thing is, there was never like official confirmation of the game when it was gonna be released or anything about it. And like the one official, in quotations, announcement or trailer about the game is one that just came in the exact same day it was out on sale. It was out to be sold, and it just says available now. Releasing a trailer to just say it's available now, get it. But in the end, Cooking Mama for that Switch was very crappy. Like, most of the mini games feel worse because you're using motion controls with the Joy-Con, and that doesn't replicate very well with the exact same mini games you used to do in the regular DS. But there's also that Mama just keeps talking throughout the mini game, and she somehow just sounds way worse than in the 3DS. I mean, the regular DS.
I don't even want to hear it. I can imagine it. I can hear her voice from Gardening Mama. I can only...
Don't worry, Mama will fix it. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, because I played Cooking Mama 2 for a lot at the time, and one feature that they always had is that if you perform badly when you cook, you don't get the next recipe to able to even attempt it. But it also shows like the picture of the cooking, and it's just like worse. But no, apparently in the Switch one, it doesn't matter how much you perform, badly or not. It will still look the same, the picture in the end, and you will still unlock the next recipe. So there's no reward in playing anyway. Like, how do you mess that up? Oh boy.
Sorry, and my internet went like, nope. So I didn't hear things before.
Oh, rip. You'll see it in the video.
I guess people, technical difficulties. Everyone is too listen.
Yeah, the thing is. And it's just, like, us just having bad luck, because most people always commentate together through Discord call in Let's Plays. The problem is, I can't have a good recorder for the Mac, because I literally have a capture card, but my Mac refuses to just have the software for the recordings. And I'm like, having like almost 2 hours trying to figure out because I have everything else to like just play and record within the Mac, but no, it just doesn't want to download anything. Oh yeah.
The fake meditative making right now is just perfect.
Metatite's face. I always find it funny, although I never actually use Metatite and its evolution. Like, I like the concept of fighting in Psychic type a lot, and it's the only one I believe. But I just straight up don't like the Pokemon's design.
I mean, look at that face.
His head looks like a dessert.
It looks like it's shocked.
No, it almost looks like it has a rice ball for a head. Oh god. He disconnected there and came back. But yeah, Metatite's head. Oh wait, did I evolve it? I guess I did.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't for a moment. Oh yeah, there's... Oh yeah, I was saying that I wasn't planning to evolve him before going to the gym, but then I was like, oh yeah, let me just go to the gym, whatever. Mudshot.
Even weirder.
It's still... That's the only other reason I picked Mudkip is because when it comes to the middle stage evolution, Grovyle just looks like this cool kid. Then we got Combuskin with his weird ass thick legs, but in the end it's just so skinny.
Yeah,
no, it's like
really
he has thick. It's,
evolution-wise.
like what's so funny looking about Combuskin is like he has thick thighs, but he has skinny shin.
Because his friend was always like, I don't like this.
Yeah. I'll crush you. I think the only one we're gonna evolve next is Ralton de Kirlia. Oh yeah. I actually also level up Zigzagoon a bit after this because only because the higher level he is, the better items he tends to get with his pickup ability. And apparently when he's nearly 100, I don't know, because they changed it a little bit between Ruby Sapphire and then Fire Red and Leaf Green and then Emerald. But like I think he has a chance to grab a Master Ball, but that's only if he's like near level 100.
We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, but I'm not gonna level up Zigzagoon to 100 though.
I'll find out. Right.
Also, because I never actually play like just Ruby or just Sapphire, I kind of don't know which gyms looks different or not, because the thing is some of these gyms also looks different in the remake. This gym right here is like a literal gym in Omega, like with weights and everything in the corners. Because it's a fighting type gym. But like, if that's the case, is it like that in Ruby Sapphire, or is there no difference between Ruby Sapphire and then the version we're playing Emerald? Because I know that the Psychic gym is completely different in Emerald between Ruby Sapphire. Because not just the gym layout is different, but also the twins gym leaders actually has a total of 4 Pokemons instead of 2. Karate. So Machop. Speaking of Machop, while watching Madrybread's Let's Play on Pokemon Stadium, I just keep finding it funny that they legit, like, when you fight the trainers in Pokemon Stadium, they have nicknames. The nicknames they gave to Machoke is Shokma.
You cannot see my face right now, but...
They literally just name it Chokma. Like, I'm gonna be honest, maybe at the time it's not like a joke you would have heard before, but like, nowadays, that's just... Fucking Chokma. It's so funny. Anyway, I'm not fighting the gym leader because I needed to grind. And good thing I did, because she said that his strongest Pokemon is level 19. And then I still have like Makuhira at level 9. But anyway, this is actually where it ends now. So hope you guys enjoy this terrible Let's Play. I don't know if you're watching. I don't know why you're watching. But just stay safe and wash your hands, and until next time, take care everybody.